Hello everybody, this is a Lamley sneak peek preview. I have got mix 2 of the premium car culture 2-packs here to open up. We're going to do that. Second part of this video, I got a car show for you. I got a good one. I always try and make it a good one, so I'm always going to tell you it's a good one. So stick around for that unless you just want to watch me open up these and then head on out. You're always invited to do that too, but I hope you stick around. Let's get right to it. Like I said, it's mix 2. Mix 1 had the SIL 80, a couple others I'm not even remembering right now. The minis was in there. And what's the third one? I can't even remember. That's all right. It doesn't matter because we're moving on to this mix. I think this is a nice mix. Unfortunately, we know which one's going to be the peg warmer. The complaint, 3 repeats. Repeat in each one of the sets. Let's just say this. Mattel, stop with the repeats. I'm going to talk about this in another video, and then I'll put it to bed because, I mean, I guess it is part of the reality. I guess Mattel would say, listen, when we do repeats in these repeat SKUs, these SKUs, then it allows us to do like these kind of sets. That being said, they are repeats, and for collectors, you know, we lose some value on some of these cars. Anyway, it's okay. Anyway, it's a topic for another day, but we're going to get into these because the themes are great. Spoon, Marcelo Gandini, and BMW M Racing, and or BMW Racing, but so the themes are great. The repeats are a bit of the bummer. I don't think that's going to stop anyone from buying these 2 sets, especially with the new casting. This one is what I'm worried about. Although the theme is fantastic, the fact that it's a repeat, we just kind of know how we are. I shouldn't say collectors are. We as collectors are. So let's get right to it. Let's start with that set that I'm a little worried about. You could call this, well, it's definitely not a Lamborghini set. You could call it a wedge set because those are 2 wedges right there. But this is for sure, and especially when you look at the art and you see kind of like almost like a museum vibe here, collector car. This has to be, I mean, Marcelo Gandini, the famous designer who is responsible for the Countach, responsible for the Lancia Stratos Zero and the Lancia Stratos and the Miura. Some of the most legendary, most unique, most beautiful cars ever made came from the brain of Marcelo Gandini. And that is what this unofficial theme is. I don't see his name anywhere. But nonetheless, it is, I think it's it's very cool that they are recognizing the designer in this theme as opposed to doing 2 Lancias, you know, by doing the Lamborghini, especially this Countach and the Countach without the fin, which really highlights the shape of the car. And glad they didn't do that Miura, which has the big wheels in the back, which really distorts the vision of Marcelo Gandini. I think this is really cool. I just wish this Lamborghini, the Countach, was a different color. Make it white. Make it a color that we haven't seen yet. So that's the bummer in this one. This is a repeat of the Leno car. So I showed you the back. There it is. There are the sets. Here is that if you want it. Let's just go ahead and open these up. But before we do, I actually have to catch up because this car, the Lancia Stratos Zero, has really kind of come on fast, right? We have this 2-pack, but that's just months, if not weeks, if not days after the release of the first mix of Car Culture Hammer Drop. I already did the Hammer Drop showcase. What I didn't have was the chase when I did that showcase. I had some footage of it, but I have the chase now because Mattel sent that over. So we might as well open that up. And I promised a car show later, but let's just go ahead and preempt that. Here is the Hammer Drops version. This is the actual, I think there was only one in existence of the Stratos Zero. And here is this one from Hammer Drops is the actual color with this cool diamond shape or diamond triangle highlight on the top. It's a beautiful, beautiful model and a beautiful car. Ron did this one, and I hope, while we might think that yeah, maybe this might hang on the pegs, people who want to see, like, people complain about too many Porsches, too many Skylines. This is about as opposite as you can get. So I think that, you know, we should all appreciate, hopefully, the existence of this car. So before we open that one, I'm going to open up the chase. We'll just do this little mini car show right now because I want to show all of them. So I wondered if I should do this wait for this chase, but, you know, for this video, I doubt we're going to see the Zero after this. I'd be surprised if we did, at least this year. I mean, we'll see it later, I'm assuming. A car culture mix with just a Marcelo Gandini mix would be so cool. All right, here is the chase. I'll go ahead and put it on the turntable, even though we've seen it before. I love that this was the chase because it just in plain black, the highlights of these tail lights in red. really pop in the back. Really showcases, well, you know, black kind of hides some of the detail. At least it's the shape of this wedge. In fact, I almost want, I mean, it's on the turntable now, but if I move the, I want it to really kind of show off with this background. It's just so cool. It is just so cool. And even if you don't collect chases, I think you should get this one just because of how pretty it is. All right, let's just open this one up now and let's create this little mini car show right now. Okay, Countach and the Stratos Zero, Marcelo Gandini, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I love that they did this kind of museum background for this to really kind of, I mean, you know what they're going for with this set. Let's put that there. And I'll get out the Countach. I mean, it's a rad casting. I love that it has no spoiler in the back because I know we think of the Countach as like the poster white with the spoiler, but the Countach is best in this without it. You know, it really shows the shape of the car, and I think it's so pretty. And you know, it's really pretty in red. I just wish it was another color, right? We had the Chase in black, and then didn't we have, was it yellow? I think it was yellow for that other Italian mix, but I just wish we had this color because it's a really well done casting, beautiful set. But this is the highlight, is the silver version. Again, I'd have to go back in history and see if there was ever a silver. I just think this was a concept, and that's the only version. It has that opening front part. It doesn't open, but you know, in the car itself, get the tail lights there, which look really nice. It's just, what a super, super cool car. And if it is never produced again, that trio right there is fantastic. It's just so cool. I'm going to put the Lamborghini over here. I'm just so happy with it. And so happy with the choice, and happy that Hot Wheels did it. I mean, you know, having a company like Mini GT do it too would be very cool. I would be happy to collect that. But this in the Hot Wheels universe is super, super cool. All right, so let's put that off to the side in our already starting car show. I don't know if that would be shown like that on the outside like that, because those are definite, that would be a museum piece for sure. Although, you know, you see footage of people racing the Stratos Zero or driving the Stratos Zero in the snow. All right, since this is the new casting, we'll save it for last. Let's get to the spoon set. My guess is this will be the most popular set of this mix, just because it's spoon, it's Civics, and yeah, we just know what we like. I really like this version. Here is the art. That definitely screams Japan to me, I would assume, which should be Japan with spoon, right? And so this is the repeat is of the Boulevard version. We'll look at that. We'll compare and contrast, make sure it's the same. I assume it is. And then we get this new version of the EK9. So let's just go ahead and open that up. Pull out the Type R. This is the latest generation of the Type R. Here is the comparison. There's the wind. I mean, it looks the same to me. So that's fine. We'll do a little spoon show at the end of this because that's starting to emerge in premium at least. So there's that Civic. We'll put on the, you get it on the turntable so you can have a look at it. If you didn't find it in Boulevard, you can now get it as part of this 2-pack. But if you didn't find it in Boulevard in your area, the people who picked up all the Boulevard spoons are going to be picking up those 2-packs. So you get to Target early because we know this one is going to go for sure. It is going to go very, very fast. All right, here is the EK9. Really digging this one because, I mean, they could have plastered it with spoon deco on the side, but in this case, they went more with a street version, like someone who modified their Civic and, you know, with some of the spoon components, and then just added a few stickers on the side and on the head, on the windshield, and then on the back. And I love that. I love that they've gone just with the plain yellow. Of course, this matches the yellow Civic from the main line that was also the Gold Nugget Super Treasure Hunt. But this one with the carbon fiber hood and the spoon trim, scream spoon, is spoon, and is a fabulous, fabulous model. I do love the interior on that. I hope you can pick that up. Kind of a dark red color, I guess, is almost like a burnt orange. But that's just a fabulous model. Super cool addition. And I'm hoping, you know, like Moon Eyes, like Advan, we've done the whole Advan stuff. We've done Falcon. Spoon coming in and Hot Wheels getting that license is a tremendous get for Hot Wheels because it fits so perfectly. All right, let's do this last set. It is BMW Racing or BMW M. Since we're talking about the Group 5, I don't know if you would, I mean, that's M striping and M, you know, M livery, but I guess you could call this just BMW Racing. Funny thing about the 320 Group 5, this is what the debut looked like. It is a repeat. I think it looks, you got Eibach in there. I mean, you could also say this is an Eibach set because you have Eibach here and here. But this debuted in a 2-pack with, I think I have it here, when we do our BMW Racing show with this model not too long ago. So it pops back into the 2-pack, but where it went from the quote-unquote Batmobile CSL to the Group 5, now the Group 5 goes to the 2001 BMW M3 GTR. We'll talk about this in a second. The art is obviously, is that Nürburgring? Or, I don't know. I don't think so. That's just a racetrack, right? Maybe something you'd see at IMSA. I don't know. Here we go. Let's just open this one up. Really excited about this set, too. You know, as much as the repeats are a bummer, the 3 new models here, the Spoon Civic, the Stratos Zero, and the M3 GTR are all really nice, like really good models. Okay, we already did. I assume it's the same. It is. So we will just go ahead and put that on the turntable for a second. It's a great model. We've only seen it once since, right? I mean, it hasn't been that long. So came out 2 years ago. Then we get this. We got the orange in Race Day, right? Which is a fabulous look too. More of a tribute racing livery, because there are certain things on that one that you wouldn't see on a Hot Wheels car. And then we get this one returning. So hopefully we'll see another version, because they could do a million racing liveries with the Group 5 BMW. I think that's goes without saying. Why don't we put that one right here? But here is the one to get. Brand new casting. I asked Ron Wong if this was his design. He said he started it, but he handed it over to the BMW guru, Rob Mathis. Rob is working on the E46 for, is it the E46, I think? For RLC. He is a BMW nut, and so he took over and he did a fabulous job. I think those of you who see this now, if you look at this casting, let's put it this way. There's probably probably a version of this casting that collectors would list as their most wanted, right? I don't know if we'll see that one because of licensing, but it would be nice to see one that has blue and silver on it, right? Some way, somehow. And you feel like that has to happen at some point. But this one in the BMW Racing, in this legendary racing livery, I mean, the future of this casting is so bright, and I'm super excited. I hope we see a plain silver version. I also hope we see a lot of racing versions, and of course, there's that other one at the top of everyone's most wanted list for this casting. So I think that would be really cool to see. But this casting's fabulous. Spoilers, plastic, which I like. I like plastic spoilers on premium models. You get the whole roll cage in the middle. Look at the detailing in the front there. I mean, there's just a lot of cool stuff going on with this casting as a race car, and I'm really looking forward. That's going to be high on my best of 2025 list when it comes to premium new models. I think that is a really cool model. All right, so let's move these in. We'll put the Lamborghini here for now. There are the sets, and they're great. Repeats suck. New models, fantastic. Sets, themes, really good. The best, you know, Spoon is obvious, BMW Racing obvious, obviously cool, and obviously have to be done. This, the Marcelo Gandini set, is the coolest angle to take, and I would like to see this explored a little bit more with more new stuff, because there's just, I mean, do a premium Miura. I know we did the RLC, but you could take some of those notes and do a premium, and just don't do that one with the big wheels. Don't bring that to premium. No. All right, let's get to the car show. If you just wanted to watch me open those sets, you are excused. Let's get to this. All right, we're going to move the camera just over here a little bit. There's already the M set already showing up, but let's just get to spoon. So we already have two Type Rs. We've seen enough of that one, so I'll go ahead and just park those together. How embarrassing that those two guys showed up with the same car. Oh, it's one thing to be wearing the same shirt or the same jacket, but whew, you're driving the same car. There really only is one other spoon car that has been released, and I assume we're going to see more, but the EG Civic in Modern Classics a couple years ago is the only other one that has a full spoon livery. There have been spoon-like cars, I think, that have come out, and I'm just going to put this here. I'm putting it so because it's we're not going to utilize our little topics here for the our little categories for the car show that we normally do. The only other one is to bring back this Civic. This one was debuted in Fast and Furious, and then was in a diorama set right a few years ago. It was just another repeat, but you know, there are spoon vibes on this one too. And when you think about like this was supposed to be, I think, a carbon fiber hood. You see that with the EK9. You kind of sense that there could have been a spoon theme here had they maybe at the time had it. Just slap a little spoon logo on there. So while that one is unofficial, I think it does kind of fit nicely. Just seeing a lot of bright yellow with a little bit of blue trim here and there. I think that's a fantastic, fantastic set. So there's that car show. There's going to be a lot of people standing around that show, right? So this will be the fanboys. You know, these will be the hype fans. They're over here standing. They have that. There's a certain pose they have. Hands in the pockets for sure. They'll occasionally get out their phone to take some pictures, but they're going to act like they're too cool to do that. But they're all going to be standing around there with the hands in their pockets. Over here, though, this isn't even New Balance shoes. This will be New Balance, and guys talking, you know, that brought their BMWs, and they're going to be talking here. But these guys, I mean, this is a golf course in Monterey, right? I mean, or this is a snow-capped mountain in Switzerland. This is driver caps and gloves and driver goggles over here. I'd like to be at all three of these, but I'll put on my goggles and my cap here, hang out in Switzerland. Then I'll come here and just talk like cool BMWs with this crew. And then, yeah, I'll stand here with my hands in my pockets for sure. For sure. I'll stand there with my hands in my pockets. All right. You guys have been to car shows. You're catching my vibe, are you not? Let's get through. So what I did here for the BMW show is I went M racing. I've done this before, but I didn't pick out everything. I picked one of each casting. So we have the obvious repeat. Again, guys with their New Balance showed up in the same car. You can't have that, but they did. No, I can't even do it. That's just not going to put that in there. But I just went one of each casting. There's some classics and there's some recents. Now, I think like we'll get through the cars that aren't exactly race cars. I guess they could be. The obvious one is the M diorama set that was done with the M2, M3, and M5. This is the M2. So they're street cars with BMW racing liveries. I think we'll go ahead and just put these down here. So M2, M3 casting. There was also which one was it? The Mexico Convention Show that had a BMW. This casting with an M livery as well, an M themed livery. But I went ahead and just took out the whole diorama set. So you have that one. And then the new casting that was in that set was the M5. Just fabulous, fabulous casting by Phil Reelman. Also getting that M trim. But these aren't necessarily racing cars. But no one's going to complain seeing that little trio parked at our car show. These two, I think you could consider them racing cars because of the way the bodies are built. The 2002, maybe, I don't know. It could be street, it could be not. But I think this is actually from the Forza set. I could have pulled out the Eibach from one of the older Door Slammers, I think, was the Door Slammer set. But I pulled out this one from Forza Pop Culture with the BMW trim. I really like the Goodyear tire trim on this one, so I thought that one was cool. So I guess we can put that one here in this set. And then the last one that I think is also considered racing, but maybe not, is the E30. This is Junimai's set. His casting. This was the debut of that casting. It debuted with the Greenwood Corvette, one of the great sets of all time, that racer set that there was supposed to be a Japan set that came after this, and it never was made, with the Toyota 2000 GT. I think there was supposed to be an off-road Datsun 510, a bunch of stuff, and it never got made. That's another legend. But this one with the BMW trim, I think with the kind of the wide body, it was supposed to be kind of racing themed, and it obviously had this M3 or this M racing theme when it debuted. So I think that's another one I would put here in this set too. So here we can move these a little bit closer so they are together. So that's a pretty cool display right there, even though you're looking from behind. All right, there are racing cars, of course, too, to add to these two. There's the obvious companion car that came with the original Group 5 BMW 320 in the 2-pack, and this is the CSL, which we've seen in basic, we've seen as a Toy Fair model, and I could have pulled that one out, but I like this one the best. There was a Forza, but I like this one from the 2-pack. I think it's the best one because it obviously has the right trim. It has it's the trim that really highlights the Batmobile-like look of this CSL racing car. So that's an obvious one. We'll put that one right here. I guess which one can I go? I guess this one you could put in either one too, but this is the debut of the E46 casting, right? M3 GTR. It's called the 94 BMW M3 GTR. This casting is nice. We've seen it done premium in black, but I think this is the debut in this racing livery. And the way it's done, I would imagine you would call this a racing version, but maybe not. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and put it in this display as well. There's the Z4M. I consider this one with its kit, with its with the spoilers and the splitter and all that this would be a racing car, and it obviously has the M trim as well. So this one goes nicely into this car show. This was the debut as well. I think it debuted in white with this trim, and then it was recolored in black. And I think we're talking well over 10, 12 years ago that casting was out. It was also done as a super treasure hunt. And then lastly, I think the best companion to the 2001 GTR is the BMW M3 GT2. Don't think we've seen it in premium yet. It'd be nice to do that. But this is the debut of that casting several years ago as well. It's since gotten a metal spoiler, but this one had the plastic spoiler, and it was in white, recolored in black, black with red-lipped rims. It's one of the only variations I've kept is this black version, this recolor in black with the silver-lipped rims, because I found it at a Kmart that's obviously since closed years and years and years ago in a small town. Anyway, this one has a very similar silhouette to the 2001 GTR, and so those two look very nice together. There you go. That's a nice car show. Hands in pockets, New Balance, kind of New Balance, like the equivalent in Europe too, and then racing caps and goggles. And a nice blazer with elbow patches. You guys tell me what you think. Really nice set. I'm really happy with them. They should be hitting very, very soon. I just think it's a very, very cool set of cars, even with the repeats. You guys give me your thoughts. Thanks, everybody. Bye.